One of the best ways to revise is to quiz yourself on the definitions which appear on your Knowledge Organisers. These 4 students are doing just that with a Science Knowledge Organiser. The first thing that they do is to write the title of the Knowledge Organiser on their page, so that when they come back to this piece of work, they know what it was they were quizzing on. They also write out the date so that they can see how much better they get over time. The second thing that they do is to write out the keywords that they're going to be quizzing on from the Knowledge Organiser. There are lots of keywords, so instead of writing them all out and getting confused, they only write out the first 4 keywords. They do all of this taking their time, which demonstrates that they take pride in their work and so that they can refer back to it in the future. They then move on, taking their Knowledge Organiser closer to them so that they can just see the first definition. They read it through in their heads and, having read it, they cover it up, and then they try to say it back to themselves in their heads. They uncover it to check that they've got it right, and they may do this a number of times to double check that they're taking the information in. Only when they're completely confident to do so do they move on to the next stage, covering the definition and writing it into their books. This is the point where the student has to try to test themselves, to remember everything they have just read. This is the bit that's really testing their memory and helps them to improve their learning, their knowledge of this topic. This should be a very deliberate process and should take time as well as lots of repetition and care over a number of weeks. There are very few things that we learn after only trying to do them once. You'll see some of the students here underlining or highlighting the key words to make them clearer to themselves when they return to the work in the future. Once the students have done this, they then pick up their green pens and they uncover the definitions. They now check through their work and they make corrections where they need to. Look at how they follow through the definitions with their green pens to check that they're correct. Any words that are not correct are changed, and any which are missing are added in. This means that they'll know which bits they need to improve on the next time. They also give themselves a tick if they've got the definition completely right. Now that they've completed this set of actions with their Science Organiser, they pack their work away, and at this point they may repeat the process with another Knowledge Organiser or begin the rest of their science prep work. So let's go through the 5 steps again. First of all, you write the date and the title from the Knowledge Organiser into your prep book and underline them. Then you write out each of the key words you have been asked to learn by your teacher, leaving 2 lines between each of the key terms. Once you've done that, cover the definitions up apart from the first one. Read it through a number of times. Cover it, say it in your head, check it until you're completely confident with it. Repeat this process with the other words and take your time. Next, cover each of the definitions in turn, writing them out from your memory. Don't try to cheat because you need to know how much you can remember, and don't expect to get them exactly right first time. Once you've written out all of the definitions, correct your answers using green pen, adding in things you've missed, and changing any words you've misspelt. Then repeat the process until you're happy that you've learnt each of the words you've been asked to.